Okay, we are still discussing the common system of measurement. The common system of measurement. In our last lecture, we concluded with avoirdupois. Then I think we solved a question that has to do with the link between avoirdupois and the apothecaries. So now we are going to solve one or two more questions that has to do with this linking. I remember when it comes to weight, we made mention of grain, that grain for avoirdupois is the same thing for what? Apothecaries. In avoirdupois, 7,000 grains is how many avoirdupois pounds? 1 avoirdupois pound, right? But 5,760 grain is how many apothecaries pounds? 1 apothecaries pound. Okay. Now let's look at another question. Then after that, we'll call it a day. Sorry, I mean, it will be a farewell for common system of measurement. We then enter metric system of measurement. Let me look for a question. Okay. Take down this question. The question says, how many grains of a chemical are left in a 1 avoirdupois ounce? How many grains of a chemical are left in 1 avoirdupois ounce? In 1 avoirdupois ounce bottle. In 1 avoirdupois ounce bottle, after 7 drams are dispensed from it. After 7 drams are dispensed from it. After 7 drams are dispensed from it. Let me take it again. How many grains of a chemical are left in a 1 avoirdupois ounce bottle after 7 drams are dispensed from it? For us to solve this question, the bottle itself contains initially the chemical. The chemical it contains is 1 avoirdupois ounce. Then from that 1 avoirdupois ounce bottle, so some of the chemical we are taking, and the chemical, the amount that was taken away was 7 drams. So they want us to tell them the number of grains remaining. For us to achieve this, remember, this is in what? Drams, right? This is in what? Avoirdupois ounce. Remember the link between avoirdupois and apothecary. This one is in avoirdupois. This one is in what? Apothecaries. True or false? Now, the link in there, what link both of them is what? Grains. So now we now use this relationship. Remember that 4 437.5 grains. 437.5 grains is equal to 1 avoirdupois ounce. True or false? While 480 grains is equal to 1 apothecary's what? Is it clear? Now, so for us to be able to achieve this, we convert everything to what? Grains. We convert this to grain, subtract, and get the answer. We convert this to grain, convert 7 dram to grain, convert 1 avoirdupois ounce to grain, then subtract. We now get the number of grains of the chemical that will be what? Left. Remember, to achieve that, remember that 1 avoirdupois, that 437.5 grains is equal to what? 1 avoirdupois what? Ounce. So if this is this, so that means the initial amount of the chemical in the bottle is what? 4 what? Grain. So let us also convert this 7 dram to what? Grain. Remember that 20 grains make what? 1 what? Scruple now, right? 20 grain is equal to 1 what? Scruple. Then 3 scruple is equal to what? 1 dram. So that means 60 grain is equal to what? 1 dram. Am I communicating? Check your notes now. You are doing your head like this. By now you should master all this by now. That is, if you actually solving questions on this by now. I don't think that they should be new to you by now. Now, so this one is what? 437.5 grain. Now, this is, remember here is what? 60 grain is make what? 1 what? 1 dram, right? So that means anywhere we see dram here, we put what? 60 what? Grain. So this one becomes what? 7 times what? 60 grain. True or false? So this becomes what? 7 times what? 60 grain, which is what? 4 what? 420 what? Grain. 420 what? Grain. So the chemical in the bottle initially was 437.5 what? Grain. Then 420 grain was taken out of it. So how many chemical will remain? This minus this, right? Which is what? 437.5 grain minus 420 grain is what? 17.5 grain. So this is the what? Answer. So in interpretation, you say that 17.5 grain of the chemical are left. Therefore, 17.5 grains of the chemical are left after the dispensing. So this is also another example of showing the link, showing that grains actually link apothecary's weight to what? Avoirdupois what? Weight. Once you know this relationship, you can, no matter how they twist the question, you'll be able to solve the question. Any question? Any question? All right, let's look at the next question. Let's look at the next question. The question says, are we there? All right, the question says, if a drug costs $8.75 per avoirdupois ounce. If a drug costs $8.75 per avoirdupois ounce. If a drug costs $8.75 per avoirdupois ounce, what is the cost of 2 drams? 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 Again, if a drug costs $8.75 per avoirdupois ounce, what is the cost of 2 drams? Again, to solve this question, we move all the weight to what? To what? To what? To grain. Yes, yes. We move all the weight to what? Grain. Then we will now set proportion and solve the question. If we move all the there are already 3 terms here. So one term, we are looking for one term, right? There are 2 terms. There are 2 weight terms, true of us, but there are 1 monetary term. So we want to look for the second monetary terms. So the first step is to do what? Move the weight to what? Towards grains. Then we then set a proportion to find the dollar, the amount of dollar for this. This dollar is for this. Then what dollar will be for this? That means we'll convert it to grain and then set a proportion for us to solve this question. Remember again, this one is what? Avoirdupois ounce, right? How many grains make up 1 avoirdupois ounce? 47.5 grains make up 1 avoirdupois ounce. So that what it means is this: anywhere we see this avoirdupois ounce, we replace it with what? 437.5 grains. That means 437.5 grains of the drug cost $8.75. So that means 437.5 grains of the drug cost what? 8.75 dollars. 2 drams. So let's convert 2 drams to what? To what? Grains. So how many grain make up to how many grains make up a dram? See, so 2 drams is how many grains? So that means 120 grain will cost what? We don't know. So we set a what? Proportion to find what? To find the amount of what? 120 grain. So setting up proportion, remember the ratios. Set your ratios right. Even though I know that it can still cancel, but I want to set ratio the way ratio should be. Am I communicating? So remember, we have what? 437.5 grain is to what? 120 what? grain as $8.75 US is to what? We don't know, call it X. So all the weights grain terms are this side. All the monetary US dollar terms are this side. They are all denominator number, right? Yes. Good now. So now the ratio will now become what? Ratio this side will be equal to what? Ratio this side to make it a proportion. Am I communicating? So we have what? 437.5 grain over what? 120 grain is equal to what? $8.75 US over what? X. So making X the subject of the formula. X is now what? 120 grain times what? 8.75 US what? Dollars. All over what? 437.5 what? Grain. Grain will do what? Cancel grain. Remaining US dollars. So we now solve the. What's the answer? 2 point what? 2.4 US what? Dollars. So the cost, that means 2 drams of the drug cost what? 2.4 US what? Dollars. 2.4 US, 2.40 please. 2.40 US what dollars. 2 point what? US what? Dollars. US what? Dollars. $2.4 what? US what? Dollars. Any question? Is it clear? Is it clear? Any question? No question. Silence means there is no question. That it's clearly understood that if I give question like this, you'll be able to solve it. That's what your silence means. Okay, now let us take a look at domestic measures. Where we talk about drops, teaspoonfuls, dessertspoonfuls, tablespoonfuls, wine glass, teacup full. We also talk about teacup full and also tumbler full, something like that. Now, I will just list, okay, one drop, what it is in apothecaries. Am I communicating? And so, but actually, I'm supposed to also talk about what it is in mil, but because we have not done metric system, I want to stop at that level. When we now do metric system, we now do proper inter-system conversion. We know the domestic apothecaries of Avadepoa and also the what? Metric. So that's what I want to list now. I want to list them now. All right, the first one is domestic. Yeah, remember I told you before. Now, when I introduced the topic, I told you that in common system you have apothecaries, the domestic or household. You can call it the domestic or what? Are you okay? Or household measures. By household, you mean that in the let me use hospital setting now, maybe a patient, maybe a prescription comes. In the prescription, as a pharmacy technician, maybe the prescription will say 5 ml of so suspension 3 times what daily. For example, now maybe an elderly woman that is obviously from a remote village, or you may even working in a remote village, maybe their health center, and prescription from the doctor says 5 ml, and you want to give the medicine to the patient. An elderly woman that came in with walking stick, and you start telling the elderly woman, "Madam, take 5 ml." Does he know what is 5 ml? Have you seen it now? So that is the importance of knowing what these household measures are, and how you can convert them to metric. But when we do metric, we not do proper inter-system conversion. But for now, I'll just list some of these household, then they are equivalent in what the other common system. Now, okay, now let's take a look at this. Number one, one drop is equal to 1 minim. 1 drop is equal to 1 minim. Someone said I should write it on the board at this state. It's not true. I have introduced all these things to you, so I don't need to go to board again and start writing them on the board. I have introduced those names for you again before, so they are no longer new. So 1 drop, bam, drop is what? 1 minim. 1 drop, I'll just be writing maybe some words that may be confusing. I'll just write it, but not for me to listen this on the board. I can't be spoon feeding you, okay? Now let's go. Then 1 teaspoonful. 1 what? Teaspoon what? 1 teaspoonful. Or you can simply write TSP. 1 teaspoonful is equivalent to 1 flugram. 1 flugram. Symbol for flugram is what? F what? Good. So 1 teaspoonful is what? 1 flugram. Have you heard of dessert spoon before? Good. 1 dessert spoonful. 1 dessert spoonful. This spoon that is, if you are conversant with different spoons, the small one the children use. There's one adult also use, but it's bigger than. There's another medium one that is not so big. Have you come across it? That is the dessert spoon. The normal tablespoon is the big one. Adults still used to do what? Eat. I'm not communicating. So we have teaspoonful, we have teaspoon, we have dessert spoon, we have what? Table spoon. So dessert, normal dessert now, Sahara dessert. Then, but one word. 1 dessert spoonful. 1 dessert spoonful is 2 flugrams. 2 flugrams. Or 2 flugrams. Dessert spoon full. Is 2 flugrams. 2 flugrams. Then the next one is tablespoon. tablespoons. So 1 tablespoonful. 1 tablespoonful. 1 tablespoonful. 1 tablespoonful is 4 fluid drams. 4 fluid drams. 4 fluid drams. 1 word. Tablespoonful is fluid dram. 1 tablespoonful is 4 fluid drams. So if 1 tablespoonful is 4 fluid drams, what will be 2 tablespoonfuls? Okay, so let us not waste our time there. Then, it's not necessary. I just ask a question. It's not necessary. If you know that 1 tablespoonful is 4 fluid drams, so any quantity of tablespoonful you are giving, you can change it to what? True or false? So don't bother yourself with that one. Just ask it as question. Let me know whether you're following me. Then next one is what? 1 wine glass. Yes, after this one, 1 wine glass. We have drop. 1 what? Wine glass is equal to 2 fluid ounce. 1 wine glass is equal to 2 fluid ounce. Fluid ounce. Fluid ounce. Thank you. Thank you very much. Fluid ounce. Yeah, fluid ounce. Okay, let's go. 1 wine glass, 2 fluid ounce. Then let's go to teacup. We have 1 teacup full. Teacup. 1 teacup full is 4 fluid ounce. Teacup full. 1 teacup full is 4 fluid ounce. 1 teacup full is 4 fluid ounce. Then 1 tumbler full. Tumbler, yeah. 1 tumbler full. Is it tumbler or tumbler? Is B silent?
Yes, please.
Tumbler, I'm going to borrow. Tumbler. Write tumbler. Tumbler, I'm going to write it. 1 tumbler full is 8 fluid ounce. 8 fluid ounce. 1 tumbler full, 8 fluid ounce. We'll stop here. We'll stop here. Let's go to metric system. Metric system. Yeah, metric system. Let's go to metric system. You call it metric system or you call it SI, International System of what? Units. You can call it metric system or okay. Okay. Now. Metric system or International System of what? Unit or SI. Actually, it was formerly called metric system. So this SI is a new name given to it. It was formerly called metric system. As I told you before now, as I said before now, that this system was introduced, at least let us have a unified system of what measured worldwide. So it was actually formulated so as to transit from common system to what? A system that is internationally what? Recognized. Am I communicating? In fact, it's gradually taking over. What you see of common system now are remnants of common system, like pints in hospital, and in some products, not all products. You may see ounce, pounds. It's gradually taking over. In fact, it has taken over. Even say some people that carry 2 pints of blood in the hospital today don't even know how many ml is that pint. All they know is that pint. With what it means that with time, a generation will come that won't even know what a pint is. But we are teaching it in pharmacy school so that you will know exactly what it is. Some of these people that administer the drug in the hospital may not even know. They will come to you as a pharmacy technician or pharmacist to ask a question. What is this? I think there was when I was doing my internship. I think so. A nurse came in. He used to CC at a point. He didn't even know the actual meaning of CC and what it represents in what meal. She came to me and asked, "This CC, how many meal?" Am I communicating? So that's why we don't joke with it. We teach you from the roots, because take it or leave it, in Igbo language, they call hospital what? Onogo. So when it comes to hospital, anything that is going on there, if you like diagnose every, if you don't give the right medicine, right treatment, is nonsense. Am I communicating? So when it comes to drug, they will still come back to you. Some may hide to come and ask you. Some may be humble enough to still come and do what? Ask you. Am I communicating? Some may feel to come and ask you. But the problem now is this. The person that is supposed to help the situation, how loaded are you? How prepared are you? You are claiming you are a drug expert. How prepared are you? If you are empty, take a little bit in a hospital where the supposed pharmacist or pharmacy technician working there is empty, that hospital is in danger. Go and mark my words somewhere. In a hospital where the pharmacist is the supposed pharmacist or pharmacy technician is empty when it comes to issue concerning drug, that hospital and patients that go to such hospital are in what? Danger. Because due to the queue, doctors can make mistake, even in prescription. You that is a pharmacist or pharmacy technician dispensing or interpreting prescription, if you don't even know what you are doing, you carry it the way it is and give to the patient. So that's why you should be very careful. That's why sometimes I tend to be strict in because I know what it is. I know that people's lives are at stake. It's not just to come out and go and start working. Ask yourself, did this question? How loaded am I to save? The patient is there waiting for you to give, and the prescription comes. Can you be able to interpret, look at the prescription and see if there is any? When I was working at Waterside Hospital, Hospital, there's one pharmacy technician. Was it Waterside? No, sorry, Imperal Heart here. When I came over to Imperal Heart here, there's one pharmacy technician then. There's one prescription she saw. Wow, she came to me, "Fam, these two drugs they're not supposed to go together." I just looked at it. Wow, I was impressed, I was impressed. And actually, they're not meant to go together. Also, the patient in question is not even supposed to take it, because the patient is already purging. So you are giving the patient a purgative. She looked at the file, the student folder. Not student, the patient folder comes into the pharmacy, not into hospital where they will just hide patient folder. and give only prescription. No, they write in the folder and send to pharmacy. So the pharmacy looked at it. Before she started bringing out the drug, she looked at the diagnosis. Very, very intelligent and smart lady. She looked at the diagnosis. She saw that the patient is already purging. And I saw something else. She told me, sir, this drug had side effect of this. I'm not comfortable with this prescription. Wow. I look at it and say, wow. I said, this is interesting. I told her, okay, now you go to the doctor. She said, no, I don't want to go. Sir, please. I said, no. You dictated this yourself. Have the confidence to go to the doctor. He will not eat you. I want you to do it yourself. I want to train you on how to have self-confidence. Don't be rude. Calmly explain to the doctor what you noticed in the prescription. Simple. If he now refuses, I will not go. But first of all, go. She went and came back happy. She was smiling. I saw the fulfillment that the 3 years she spent in school was probably a waste of. I saw the fulfillment. She said that immediately she went to the doctor. She told the doctor what happened. The doctor looked at her and said, hey, say, please, I'm sorry. She changed it. He looked for another alternative. I asked her, how do you feel now? She said, sir, you see the joy. You see the joy. Saving lives gives joy. Saving lives gives joy. You would understand. When I was working at Holy Rosary, I think they just carried me and put me only in. I don't know what I don't know what I did. People were running away from ALT clinic. You know what's ALT? You who knows what is ALT here? Okay. Don't worry, get there. ALT is antiretroviral therapy. What is retroviral? If you hear antiretroviral, what comes to your mind? If you hear good. That's where they treat HIV. But in hospital setting, you don't say HIV clinic. You don't mention it because people that would not come and say, hey, not the HIV child. No, we don't want that. When you go on, he may see someone that from their street, hey, when the HIV. No. You don't call it HIV, you call it ALT, so that it's only those that are actually in the field we know. But if you say HIV clinic, they may look at and see her friend. They say, hey, okay, it's wrong. So now they boggled me and just did. I don't know what do I use the word I don't know what I did. The HOD I was working on that just put me there. She refused to allow me to go to another unit. That was at the point I wanted to become angry. After that, I asked myself, there's a reason, there's something she saw that made her to put you there. Just stay. You see, if you, after work, helping patient to recover, you see the joy. And it goes beyond just money. That fulfillment, that one patient I met there, in fact, she had given up. If you see her, she was like this. She was already dying. She was dying. Tuberculosis, a lot of other opportunistic infection were there. She had already given up. Anytime she comes to clinic to go is problem. She will remain there. No strength to even go. Others will go. She will remain there. After giving her, I just because of that patient, I used to come home from where Waterside is to my house almost 8 p.m. Any clinical any day we have clinic. I thought to myself, Chetana, you must save this lady. I started on my even doctors, even people, nobody has this time her time again. She had already given up. Each time I discussed that, she would be telling me, die, I will die, I will go and die. I said, die where? You're not going to die anywhere. You will be alive. So I started talking to her, making her to realize that there is hope. After some time, she started responding to treatment. She wanted somebody that would tell her there is hope. I started, bringing her mind back. With time, she started, she wasn't even taking her medicine again, because why am I taking this drug? No need. On the verge of, shortly before I left, at least she started regaining her strength. She was coming regularly, taking her medicine. She was, coming back to her normal self. After some time, I resigned from the place. Are you aware that this lady, I didn't even know. Other staff were the one telling me that this patient that was always coming, looking for me. Where is my sister, Emma? Please, I want to see my sister. No, there. My name is Ezanya Emmanuel. So they know me as Emma. They choose to call me Emmanuel there. Anywhere I go, some people choose to call me Ezanya. Some call me Chatanna. Some call me Emmanuel. Some call me my AKA. So, all join. Now, but the problem is that lady, she kept coming to that place looking for me. She was, there's this pharmacist that saved my life. I want to see him. They were like, who is this person? He was saying, Emma. I was shocked. One day I went there. They were telling me that she don't allow us to rest here. She comes on her own looking for you. After some time, her sister called me on phone. She started thanking me. The report I'm making is this. If you know the profession you have entered in, take it seriously. That's your little effort. You may not have a whole sum of money, but you are happy. You are fulfilled. You may even have that money, but you're not happy. You're not what? Fulfilled. The point is this. Do what gives you what? Joy. As I'm here now. There's no aspect of pharmacy I have not worked. I'm here as I'm here now, seeing that I'm planting seeds. That alone gives me joy, because I know that tomorrow this seed will do what? Spread. And they will spread. Yes. All right, let's continue now. We are talking about metric what? System. Metric what? System. Now, there's something about this metric system. Do you know why it's simple, worldly accepted, internationally accepted? It's simple because it is based on decimal system. It's based on what? Decimal. If you understand your decimal system very well, you can operate with what? They are intense. Either positive side or what? Negative side. The same way you have your place values in decimal system of what? 10 raised to the power 1. There is 10, 100, thousands, tens of thousands, blah blah blah. You have your what? Tens, hundreds, thousands. If you understand this, metric system will not be an issue for you. That's why if you watch most of them, you start seeing, as an example of metric system, and you see male, you see so you see liter, you see deciliter. That is tenth of what? Liter. True of us. Tenth of what? Liter. Deciliter. That means liter over 0.1 what? Am I communicating? You see milliliter. Milliliter is what? 100. Sorry. Milliliter. So centiliter is what? Hundreds of what? Liter. You see milliliter. Thousands of what? Liter. Then you see hectoliter. Hecto is what? Tens of what? Tens of what? Liter. Hecto. I'm not getting. You see, deca liter. Deca liter. Don't worry, let me write them down. Sorry, hecto, deca is tens. Deca is tens of what? No, liter. Deca liter is tens, not tenths. 10 of liter. 10. Why deca is 10? So deca is directly opposite of what? Deci. Why deca is 10 of liter? Deci is tenths of liter. Then hecto is 100 of liter. Why deci is hundredths of liter. Then kiloliter. Kilo is 1,000 of liter. Kiloliter. Then you have your what? You have what? Milliliter is thousandths on the opposite side of what? Liter. Am I communicating? Don't worry, I will explain. As you can see, it's still based on this what? Decimal system. Okay, now, in this metric system, remember I told you before now that it was formulated, I think that was in around 18th century in France. In France, actually, this SI actually is a French phrase. I don't know how they pronounce their this thing, but it's spelled like this: system something like this, international. Either S what? I. You can use your Google Translate there. Now, from there, they now change it to English as what? International. In English, it means international system of what? Unit. That's why, if you want to actually see whether it doesn't correspond with the English what? English what meaning? In English, you see international system of unit. But either you see SI. How? If it is international system of unit, that means you should what? I what? S. True of us. So, but the original phrase is not what? English. It's what? French. See it here. That's why they got what? S what? I. Is it clear? S what? I. Now, that was in France. When they now came together and say, what do we now do? They come together, we need something that will be acceptable internationally, so that there will be uniformity in what? Measurement. If you measure something here in Nigeria and export it, or import it from somewhere, if it's 1 kilogram, it's what? Also what? 1 kilogram. Not when we are using a different unit, they are using what? Different what? Can you consider, can you look at one? You see, pounds, the same pound, the same name pound, but in Aberdeen different thing. In apothecary what? Different thing. So now, there's something I want us to know about this metric what? System. Metric system. Now, let's talk about the advantage. It's simple. It's simple, we know. Then, what are the advantages of this metric system? Number one is simplicity of the what? Decimal system. Remember, it's based on what? Decimal system, right? So, simplicity of decimal system is an advantage. True of us. If you know your decimal system very well, you can play with it. True of us. Okay, good. So one of the advantages was simplicity of what? Decimal what? System. Simplicity of what? Decimal what? System. Then another one is what? Clarity provided by the units and what? by the base unit and what? Prefixes. I'll still talk about the base unit and prefix. Clarity provided by the what? Base unit and what? Physics. I'll still talk about base unit and what? Prefixes. Clarity provided by the what? Base units and what? Prefixes. The third advantage is ease of scientific and professional communications. Ease as in E-A-S-E, ease. The ease of scientific and professional communications provided through the use of a universally accepted system. The ease of scientific and professional communications provided through the use of a universally accepted what? System. Remember I told you that this system is universally what? Accepted. True or false? And I said, because it is universally accepted professionally, it makes communication on weighing and measure easy. True or false? If you are in US, maybe you are a company that produces active ingredient or excipient or even let me say ingredients, and you are there after production, you package it and weigh it 1 kilogram. Because we here in Nigeria, we understand what a kilogram is. If we see it on the packaging, we know what it is. It's not true. Most of the drugs that they import from outside, because you already know, as we are here now, I'm teaching you now matrix system, right? As one generation goes, you teach it to the next generation. You are not yet see any drugs so far, right? You are still on another training, but I've trained you on this matrix system now, kilogram. Tomorrow you may be working in a manufacturing outlet or even in a community pharmacy or in hospital pharmacy, and you see a drug imported medicine that is a kilogram. You know what a kilogram is, right? Milligram. You now know what it is, right? So I now see that there's ease of what professional communication. Once you understand, once you know the base units and their prefixes, it's easy to understand. When compared with all those avoirdupois and apothecaries, because avoirdupois and apothecaries, most of the things you see they just assign arbitrary values. But this one is based on a particular rule. You know the base, you know the prefixes, and each prefix has its own what value. So you know that if you attach this prefix to this base, it will give you this value. Gram is gram. Every gram is gram, right? Liter is liter, right? Good. Now the value will be changing now. If you now attach a particular prefix, let's say the prefix you want to attach to gram is 10 raised power 3, right? Which is kilo. You know that kilo has a value of 10 raised power 3. So if you add it, it becomes what? Kilogram. That means it becomes 1,000 gram. Prefix kilo has a value of 10 raised power 3. The base unit gram is there. 1 gram is there, right? If you now add kilo in front of that gram, it becomes kilogram. That means you added 10 raised power 3 to that gram. That's why 1 kilogram is what? 10 raised power 3 what? Gram. 1,000 what? Gram. You have meter, or we have liter. Liter, right? Liter is base units. Now you now look for a prefix to add. It's not okay. Let me add milli. Are you there? Let me add what? Milli, right? If you add it, it becomes what? Milli has value of what? 3 to the power what? It's okay. This will now take us to the prefixes and the what? The prefix and their values. So if you treat the prefix and their values, you now know the value of each word prefix. Once you know these place values are the what? Prefixes. But they just gave them name. They just named them something else. But the same word place values. Now let's go to our place value. We'll start from the place value we know. We list the place value we know, right? Talk about, write their main value, then write the name they gave them. We'll now start attaching it to the base and see what they'll give us. That's what we do now. So let's start from our normal, let's start from the known to unknown. The one we know from our primary school is our normal word, place word, value. True of us? So let's start from there. So we'll start from place value. Our normal mathematics place value we know from primary 1 to primary 2 self. Place what? I mean, I see why I say that. Whatever, you can never jump. Some of you that jumped those things in your secondary school, thinking that you have escaped it. Now you are here. You are learning it again. Had it been you are here and the person teaching you did not cool down to explain it, you'll be floating. You start having issues because you jumped it when you are supposed to do what? Learn it. Now, so you can never escape it. So you can't escape it. Now let's look at these place values. From there, we'll take it. So now let's start from here first. We'll take it from the middle. Go up and what? Down, right? Now. Here is here's what? Unit up here. Right? Yes. Unit, right? We have what? Times we have what? 100, right? We have what? 1,000. We have what? Don't worry. Let's forget. Let's give them your name. 1,000. After 1,000, what do we have? Million. After million is what? Billion. After billion is what? Trillion. Good. After trillion is what? Who said that? Go with that thing. We have quadrillion. After quadrillion, we have what? Get it? Spell it. Is it quintillion or is it quintillion or quintillion? Quintrillion. So this is the upper side, right? Let's go down. After unit is what? Tenth, right? After tenth is what? Hundredth, right? Hundredth. Hundredth. Or hundredth. Hundredth. Then, and what? See. Thousand. What else? Millions. Good. Millions. And what? And what again? Trillions. And what again? Quadrillions, yes. Quadrillions. Quintillions. So we'll stop here. These are the names of this place value. Now let's go to the actual value in terms of decimal system. Am I communicating? Let's start from unit again. Please look up, so you don't cram this thing. I want you to understand this. Look up. If your attention escapes, if your attention is not here, before you turn again, this board will be filled up, and you're forced to cram it. So that's why I want you to pay attention and see how we build it, so you don't cram it. Please, we are going to build something here now. Just we're taking it step by step, so you don't cram it while you are reading it. Now here, we started from here, right? So this is units, right? Now, what do you think should unit be in terms of exponential? 3 raised to the power what?
3 raised to the power 0.
Good. 3 raised to the power what? Good. Yes. 3 raised to the power what? 0. So we have this is the middle now. From there we go up. Times is what? It's what? Is what? Is what? 6. Uh-huh. 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 It's not 14. 16. 3 on uncle.
19.
Yeah?
19.
Be adding 3. Be adding 3. Be adding what? 3. From here now, you adding what? 3. Here just 1. Once you get to 3, you start adding what? 3. Is it clear?
Yes.
Get the trick now. From here, you add 1. Once you get to his space now, you start adding 3 now. So here is what?
18.
Here is what?
18.
Good. Here is what? Minus what? Here is what? Here is what? Here is what? Minus what? 9. Trillion is 3 raised to the power minus what? Quadrillion is what? 3 raised to the power minus what? 15. Quadrillion is what? 3 raised to the power minus. We have filled this one now. This is the names of the place value we know in our primary school, secondary school, and the actual values there is this. Now, let us now let's bring it down to. Okay. Now let us after this down, let's now talk about. Let us look at the name given to these place values. So what happened is that metric system said, okay, now let us use decimal system, place values of decimal system. Okay, please, one hand. Let's continue. Hello. Now, what metrics? What they did? You know, I told you that they sat down in France around late 18th century to take the decision. What they did is they looked at the normal the decimal system we already have, the place value. This is the one we have normal before it came up. They just went and named all these place values, give them each name, each of them a particular name, and call them what? Prefixes. And now look for a particular unit they will call base unit and start attaching them to those units to form the SI. Am I completing? Now we'll write down the names, what they named each of them. So let's look at their names. You can say SI name or prefixes. Are you there? Prefixes. They what? They are names of what? Just use prefixes. I am on a metric system. Gave it this name. Now they called this quintillion now. Butane power what? 8. They call it what? Kia kwalia? Kia kwalia? Are you sure? Good. So, hello. See what they did. This one no did below 1. Did below. Is it below 1 or below 0? Below 0 or below 1? Below 1. Yes. If you say below 0, you are working with these two operation of addition and what? Subtraction. That's when you say below 0. This one is below 1. You're working with what? Division and multiplication. So those that are below 1, they call them subdivisions. Those that are above 1, they call them multiples. So this one that are above 1, they call them what? Multiples. This one that are below 1, they call them what? Sub what? Divisions. These are multiples, these are subdivisions. Then this unit becomes the base unit. Have you not seen it now? This one above, this is the unit, right? From tens above, they call it what? I'm talking about how metric system dissected what they start down in France and dissected. They dissected our place value, the place value you know. And the one above, they call it what? Multiples. The one below 1, they call it what? Subdivision. The unit itself is now the what? Base unit. That's where the name unit base unit came from. The unit. They name it the what? Base unit. So the SI has 2 parts. Prefix and what? Base unit. Prefix and what? Base unit. So the SI, this metric system has what? Or SI has 2 units, has 2 parts. The what? Prefix and what? Base what? Unit. This base unit is same thing with our unit here in base system. But prefix can be what? Can be subdivision. Can be what? Or what? Multiple. If it is negative exponent, is what? Negative exponent is what? Subdivision. Because negative exponent is less than what? 1, right? Then positive exponent is what? Multiples. So this is how they dissected this thing. Now let us now go to their what? The names of these prefixes. Now, 10 to the power 18, they call it what? Quintillion, they call it what? Alto. Sorry. What? Hexa. Is it correct? Is it correct? Is it correct? Who can tell me error in this thing I wrote. Let me know who thinks. Let me know who thinks out of the box. Only that here, without my interfering. Child. Moral sign, how? That's what?
Another thing to be applied.
E and the correct. That's the question. That's what? Good. That should be what? Yeah, but minus. Yeah, but it's a prefix. What it means is that it's attached to another root word, right? You know, root word. That root word is what they call base what? Unit. Is it clear? So hexa is for what? Quintillion stands for 18. They named it what? Yeah, this is what they named. This is what they named it in that convention, whatever they did in late 18th century in France. They named it what? Hexa. They named it what? Hexa, right? Now they name quadrillion guinea. What? Beta. Then they named trillion what? That's why you see terabytes, megabytes. Am I communicating? Kilobytes. That's in computer. Byte is a base unit of 6 measurement in computer. Am I communicating? Don't worry. Now we have to. This is what? Tera. Then billion is what? Gigabytes. I say again. Also, volume 10 gig. You know, all this gigabyte. Yeah, I'm communicating. Giga. Now, million is what? Mega. Megabyte. MB is popular now, right? On they load and they 10 MB. Oh, area. It is well. It is well. Now, million is what? Mega. 1,000 is what?
No, kilo.
1,000.
It's kilo.
Okay, see what happened. We jumped. There's something we jumped. We jumped tens of thousands. Or Gab Myra. We jumped it tens of thousands. It should come. You know that after 1,000, 2,000, we have like 10,000, 20,000 before. Are you there? So on Gab Myra. You can fix it on your own. Are you there? You can fix it on your own. You know where it should be now, right? It should be here. Between million and what? Between million and what? 1,000. Fix on your own. Am I communicating? Huh? What do you think it should be? Think. Tell me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you think it should be? What do you think? 50,000 is how many? How many? Or 4? Is it 4? So if it's 4, that means 10,000 should be what? 4. Is it clear? So tens of thousands. Don't worry. Myra. About tens of what? Either is what? Is what? But it's not actually a base stuff. It's not actually that this thing either. But I don't know why they included it, but it's okay. Now, 100 is what? 1,000 is what? Kilo. Hope you will not mix things up here. I hope, right? Let me put arrow so you don't. 100 is what? 100 is what? Hecto. Huh?
The student class list. That's the attendance.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, so this one is what? Hecto, right? This one is what? Deca. Is it K or C? C. This is the base what? Is it K?
Yeah.
This is the base, this thing is the base here, right? Now, don't worry. Anyone, but conventionally it should be C. Conventionally, yeah. Conventionally is because it's a technique you may see K. Now here, tenth is what? Tenth is what? Centi. Is it centi or deci? Deci, right? Decimeter. Don't know what. Deci, right? We have what? Deci. Then hundredth is what? Is what? Centi. 1,000 is what? Is what? Milli, right? Milli. 10 million. 10 minus 6 is what? Micro. Microgram. Are you seeing now? Micro, right? 10 minus 9 is what? Nanotechnology. This is where nanotechnology. Okay. It's in pharmaceutics. You do that when you enter pharmacy pure. Nanotechnology. So here is what? Nano. 10 minus 12 is what? Pico. Pico. Good. I like that. Minus 15 is what? Pento. Right? Fem. F-E what? F-E. Femto. Minus 18 is what? Alto. A-L-T-O. Then hyphen. So, this is what they named all these things. Huh? Double L. Are you sure? Check well. Check well. Okay, sorry. It's alto, sorry, not alto. So now look at it now. So after this now, we now get what we now do is this. The base unit now. There are 3 fundamental units. Sorry, not 3, sorry. Let's use 3 fundamental units we know, popular we know. Even though from that base fundamental unit we only use 2 mainly in our formulation and the dispensing in pharmacy. Only 2 of them we use, which are in weight and what? Actually, length, weight, and what? Volume, right? Now, volume is not a fundamental unit, please. Volume is a derived what? Is a derived quantity, so it's not fundamental. But the 2 major units we use or quantities we use here in our dispensing is mainly what? Volume and what? Weight. We rarely use length. 3 of us here in dispensing, in compounding, 3 of us is mainly weight and measure. It's not true. Now, but I want to add, because you are familiar with length, I want to add length just for you to appreciate different lengths, what you've been hearing from the beginning. Now, but let's start with, let's start with volume now. Volume, in volume, the base unit in volume is liter. So the base units, we work for all the base what? We work for these 3 base units. Let's talk about what? Volume. We talk about volume, we talk about what? Weight, and what again? And what? Length. So let's go. So you using the under this volume, the base unit here is what? For volume is what? The base unit for volume is what? Liter. Base unit for weight is what? In textbooks, in some textbook you see kilogram there, but I don't agree with them. I have my reasons. Don't worry. I will tell you why I personally don't agree with them. I don't know why they call it kilogram. Some textbooks will say kilogram, but me I call it gram. I'll prove my case with time. Don't worry. By the time I'm through, we'll now check whether, use the common sense and check which one should be based on it, whether it's either kilogram or what gram. I've seen the main things, but I don't agree with them. Let's go. Here is what? Meter. Are we there? Meter. Yeah. Let's go. Let's start attaching the what? Prefixes. If you attach exa, it becomes what? Hexameter. Hexameter, right? Which is now 3^18 what? Meter, right? So this is what? Hexa what? Hexa what? Liter. So hexa what? Liter. Boy, I don't know bicon. Exam at bicon. Hexa liter, which is what? 3.18 what? 18 what? Is it clear? Yeah. That's the value. Then we have petaliter. Peta what? Petaliter. 3 what? This one is what? Tera liter. 3 what? 12 what? Liters. This one is what? Giga liter. 3 what? 9 what? Liter. This one is what? Mega liter. 3 what? 6 what? Liter. This one is what? Mera liter. 3 what? 3 what? 4 what? Liter. This one is what? Kilowatt liter, which 3 what? 3 liters. This one is what? Hectoliter, which is what? 3 what? 2 liters. This one is what? Decaliter, which is what? 3 what? 1 liter. Here we have our what? Is it clear? Am I communicating? Because 3 0 liter is what? 1 liter. It's not true. So we leave it as what? Liter. Here is what? Deci what? Liter, which is what? 3 what? Minus 1 what? Liter. This one is what? Centiliter, which is 3 minus what? 2 liters. This one is what? Milliliter, which 3 minus what? Have you seen why asking convert 1 milliliter to liter is what? 3 minus 3 liters. Again now, 1,000. If 1 milliliter is 3 minus 3 what? Liter of air. Other being right? Right? That means 1 liter will now become this divided by this up here. When you get 1,000 watts. Is it clear?
No.
So you came in now. I'm not going back. You're not serious. Next time, early morning, go and fetch water. Now look up. Don't disturb my class. Look up. From here now, 1 milliliter is what? 3 square minus 3 watts liters, right? So if 1 milliliter, let me use their symbol, is 3 square minus what? Let's find 1 liter. Divide both sides by what? 3 square minus 3, right? This divided by this is what? This will come up, right? It becomes 3 square what? 3 mil is equal to what? That means 1,000 watts is equal to what? This is where they got this conversion factor. So once you understand this thing, you are good to go. That's why they say that 1 liter is 1,000 watts milliliter. Is it clear? All this came from here. So microliter is what? Microliter is what? 3 square what? 3 square what? Minus 6 what? Liter. Nanoliter is what? 3 square minus what? Minus 9 liter. Picoliter. You can fill others in, right? Feed them in and see what they give us. I'll give you like 2 minutes to do it fast. No space there again. Then do the same thing with gram. Start attaching hexa to gram or hexagram. It is at 3 square watts minus 18 watts, 18 watt gram. Is it clear? Is it clear? I'll tell you why they say kilogram, but to me it doesn't make sense. If kilogram is the base here, so why is if it's base here? So we not call this in hexa kilogram. It doesn't make sense to me. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? That's why I am not comfortable with it. Will you call it exact kilogram? Okay, now if you ever now when they come here, okay, let's work with this now. If work is it, let's go to kilo now. Let's go to kilo. It becomes what? Kilogram, which is what? 3 square watt, 3 watts. This makes more sense to me. That kilogram, 1 kilogram is 3 square 3 gram. Let's check it whether it's true or not. It makes more sense to me when you say from here now. That means 1 kilogram, 1 kg, right? Is equal to 3 square watt, 3 gram. It makes more sense to me. That means 1 kilogram is what? 1,000 watts. Does it make more sense to you than saying here kilogram? It doesn't make sense to me. That's why I have big question mark. It's not everything I read on textbook that I agree. There will be different textbook I've read today, but I don't know why they're saying that it's the base. But me, I don't call it the base. It makes no sense to me. Am I getting? Maybe when I write my own textbook, I'll put it there. Anybody that want to argue will not come. We would not argue it and know why they are using kilogram. It makes no sense to me. So now, at this point now, you can fill in others, right? You can fill in others, and they are please, as I fill in, put their value with respect to what? The base units here. It will help you in conversion. Once you are done here, let's do for kilometer. Kilometer. Here is what? Under meter. Here is what? Here is what? Kilowatts. Kilowatts. Meter. Which is what? 3 watts. Good. Let me pick the one that are common. You can fill in others. The one that are common to us. Okay, centimeter. We are used to this one, right? What? Centimeter, right? Which is 3 square watts. Minus 3 watts. Is it minus 3 or 2? I mean, I see why they will tell you that 100 centimeter make 1 meter. Because if you find the meter now, on your 100 centimeter make 1 meter. All this came from here. Metric system. This if you understand this, you don't need to cram metric system. That one you are cramming in your primary school at the back of your 20 leaves. 100 centimeter make 1 millimeter. You don't need to cram it. Now let's go to millimeter. Mil. Milli what? Meter. Mm. Here is what? Mil. Li. Here becomes what? Milli what? Milli what? Meter. Which is 3 power what? Minus 3 what? Meters. You can fill in others, right? Okay, milligram. Another commonest one we use in the pharmacy is milligram, mg, right? So here is what? Milliwatt gram, which is 3 power what? Why not 3 power minus 3 kilogram? Why gram? Have you seen why I don't agree with them? Milliwatt gram. So milligram 3 power 3 what? Gram. That's why 1,000 milligram makes 1 gram. If you find 1 gram now, it will give you 1,000 watts. This will not divide this. It will come up. It becomes 1,000 milligram. Is it clear? So I think I've listed important. Another liter, another volume they use in even in measuring blood. I was asking, maybe when you check the amount of glucose in the blood, they tell you DL. You see DL, right? Write DL. That is, they see what? Liter. So let's write it. Okay. You see already. DL. This is DL. They see what? Please try to fix their symbols. This one is DL, right? Right? Deciliter. DL is what? Deciliter. Centiliter, CL. So with this, you can fill in the rest. Huh? So fill in the rest by yourself and try to add their unit, their symbol to it. It will help you. Their symbols are common now. Especially if you are the common ones. So if you understand this, you are good with micro what? No, micro. What is the symbol for micro? Mu. Oria. Micro is mu, right? In your physics now, this is micro. So micro only what? Liter. It's not. Pico is this, right? True of us. Pico is this, right? In your physics, pico is this. Same for what? Pico. Tera is T. Don't worry. Just fill in your face. You can, on your own self, you can get your phone, Google symbol for each other. Symbol for pico, if it's symbol. Symbol for tera, oba. Symbol for. Look at this human being. She woke up now and started asking me a question. You are sleeping in my class. Please, if you are in a class and you're feeling sleepy, don't stay there and start sleeping. Get up and walk around. The sleep will go. Yes, decigram, yes. Just get the prefix, attach it to the word base, answer balomia. Brio to all the attach to the word base unit, answer ba.